take control and help you after this. There's about 50 companies that work here. There's probably close to 30 or 40 events on a basis. As an incubator, an accelerator, a co-working space. The whole of that frankly rocks. My name is Joel McKay-Smith. I'm with SL Circle. We've got Linda here with us today. Jeff actually happens to do all of our social media, and we're very happy to have this with everything we do. We're associated with about 20 plus different user groups. A liker of a Hadoop user group. We've got a big data group. We decided we're going to be doing the crawl upstairs, which is always fun. We have to crawl. We do a breakfast on the first Thursday of each month. Up to our new partner, Microsoft, up at the City Creek Center. We have these weekly learning lunches. Is this your fifth time presenting with us?
Oh, yeah.
Fourth or fifth?
Yeah. I'm like a film.
No, not at all. It's not.
Oh, you know, no, I'm like Alec Baldwin on Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
Or Steve Martin.
Am I supposed to get in a tuxedo and like dance and stuff like that? All right, this has been enough about me. You've got two wonderful presenters here. Tools, tactics, ideas, and apps to improve your social media. Enjoy. Jeff and Rachel.
Thank you. Yes. My 5-timers jacket here.
I'll go try to find a jacket.
Anyway, it's fantastic being here. And first of all, I'd like to my partner in crime today, Ms. Rachel Van Cleve. And she is, the way we met each other, were we were two of the first in-house social media managers in the automotive industry in the world.
In the world, probably, yeah.
Yes, yes. That's how we found each other. And out of like dumb luck, or luck for me, I got a job as a meteorologist for the National Weather Service here in Salt Lake City. So she bopped on over, and this is our second presentation together, and it's been totally fun.
It's been awesome.
And she has Rita on
Cinco. Yeah.
So anyway, we're talking about social media tools and tactics and ideas, but pretty much what this forum has always been is an open discussion. As a social media marketer myself, and as Rachel, I have certain tools that I use all the time, every day for my clients. So I will talk about those specifically, but even in just talking with Linda earlier and a couple other people have their favorite tools, and there's so many out there that I don't even know about.
So we'll be asking you guys.
We're going to be asking you, you ask us, so with that, we'll start. There we go. Okay. So we're social media for business. I'm assuming you all have some types of businesses that you're interested in implementing or rocking your social media world. We have our lunch and learn rules. Those are on. I want as many pictures of me and Rachel taken as possible. Ringtone sets pre-approved music, and unfortunately, all of a sudden, it's approved. I like that new album. I don't know why.
That's a great album.
This is a selfie safe zone. Take pictures of yourself. Get the word out. Tweet things. Feel free to interrupt and ask lots of questions. This again, this is just a free-flowing discussion. As far as our Twitter and Instagram accounts, you can tag the Salt Lake Circle at Do This Better, at Rachel VC. Me and Jeff goes. So today's presentation is officially called Making the Choice Easy. Why did I do that? Business, everybody has choices of who they go business to. And through social media channels, brand trust.
Yes.
So as you make it easy for your potential customers or your friends to choose you. So make the choice. Okay, so entry level. Why social media? Low cost. Super low cost. You could hire either one of our companies to run your social full time for less money than one billboard on I-15.
There you go.
And be much more targeted than trying to make people. Again, large potential audience, but large yet qualified audience. What does that mean? If you are, say you're into a knitting company or a yarn company, you want your message to go to people that are interested in that rather than those transmission. Targeted large audience. I mean, when something like Facebook that has the level of data to it with billions of users.
Media, when you have, I mean, even radio or, I mean, our TV, there's some targeting based on the channel and stuff that you do, but you really have no control over who your message goes to. When you have a specific page dedicated to the knitting circle or whatever, then people who aren't interested in knitting aren't going to like that page. So it's really an awesome way to get that qualified targeted audience.
Stay connected, engage with your audience, and then best yet, show up. Why are you different? Humanize yourself. So this will probably be just about my only stats. I pulled these up. 2.2 billion active social media users. Global, 30% of the freaking planet is on social media. And I'll just back on, you can look at these. Facebook, just Facebook has 500,000 users every day. 6 new profiles every second. 12 new active local social users every second. That's 1 million. That is wherever your audience is going from. Basically, right now, trying to do social media, doing business without social media, we like doing business without the phone up to the wall. I tell my clients, pages for your main website, social media, like big load on the right. Because people are going to look at that every time before they pick up the phone.
Yeah, they're going to see the information they can find in your social channels. They'll Google you, and half the time they'll find your social channel even over your website. So it's just important to have that.
We're talking about tools. So businesses always have tools all over. Full-time cash registers. I remember using that once. Remember that once. And now everything evolves. And now the tools are in this department to determine this about to social media is actually, again, we're going back to the hashtag to make the choice easy. It gives you the avenue to tell your story. What makes you different from the rest of everything? When we were in the automotive industry, I'll guarantee you, every customer came in much more, they knew about the car they wanted more than the salesperson.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Either Rachel or any of our house, we wanted to buy a Jeep Grand Cherokee. We did it 8 different places. And I know exactly the trim model. I know exactly what the invoice is. I know exactly what I want.
So why do you choose one dealership over the next?
Exactly, because I have brand trust. Because I've seen what they do in the community. This has been humanized. I know him already before I even walk in the door.
Yeah, we used to do training with, I say we, in the dealerships I worked with, do training with the salespeople and have them, they were each their own individual brand is what we trained, because they market to their own connections, and they're building their own network and everything. So when we had them do videos of themselves doing stuff, it was just the ones that really bought into it, their sales just went through the roof.
So it allows your customers to go through the employees. It allows your customers or potential customers to get the VIP backstage pass to your company, its culture, and what makes you different and why they need to choose.
Yeah, transparency is absolutely huge. People want to see the raw, real view, and it's just kind of social media, actually, that people just want to see really deep into their company. It's not about just the messages you put out. They want to interact with you. All
right, so now we're talking about how do I work this? How do I make this happen for me in my social media? And
I didn't get it, y'all. Sorry. I will.
Social media is the one thing that was it ever was.
Yeah. Okay. You nodding heads in there.
All right, so first, and we've been talking about this already. First and foremost, it's called ground level buy-in. Employee advocacy. You'd be surprised how many clients I've been to when waiting to talk to their marketing manager. Somebody walks by that works for a place and like Facebook page. So use an advocacy program or platform to help exponentially leverage the voices of those that are already supporting you anyway. They're there working for you, your employees. If you're posting something for the company on top of it, and then into ways of bringing more input from them into your social media page.
Well, they are a big portion of your company and your brand. I mean, your employees are what makes or breaks your company as far as the customer service, depending on whatever it is. So it's really important to get them involved.
And they just put into place a brand new employee social media platform that rewards them, but also it was mainly designed to get quality recruits. How Cisco completely turned around its employer branding and social media in 6 months. First of all, they gave their social a human voice. So what I say about that is that you use the elevator example. So when we go back outside and hit the stairs, you want, if I met, how are you doing? You know that. She's good. How are you doing? It's a conversation going back and forth versus a corporate talk where you're just talking at them for 30 seconds straight. And bye. It's an engagement. You want to know what your employee is doing, what they think about the company, and you want them to share it that you're having a great time. So they put their best advocates, their employees first. So that is your base. That's your baseline of story, and share everything that you want first as your employees. They encouraged the conversation, came up with specific hashtags. And they show they can have fun. So again, it's humanizing yourself, your company, your brand, your culture. So people who don't even know A, if they want to work for you in advance, or B, if they want to be your customer, they know you before they pick up the phone or walk in the door because of that message that they put.
I mean, I've passed over more than one business when I can't see a good online social presence.
So some examples from this is just, like I said, it's funny the timing that she called me when she sent me this article. So here's the CEO of Cisco Corporation with an intern, and they have a hashtag going on in their company called, because the CEO supports innovative ideas, even the intern. So from the top, social media channels, you know, I want to work for those guys. Happy to be at Career Bliss. That was the happy company. We need a Pharrell hat. Notice they're tagging even Pharrell, his social media, Twitter. So that goes through his networks too. That is, you know, young people coming up, they might want to work for Cisco. They like that too. So if that shows up in their networks, so it's cross-pollination. And then again, they're having fun. But so with all that, why? Because of the result. So for the last 6 months, in this one case example, they grew their Twitter followers by 400% in 6 months. Started and earned 2,000 Instagram followers. Demand employers list for the first time ever. Made HR Power's 100 list, top 100, leapfrogging 140 points. The biggest one is down here. Quality of hire and time to hire. The girl who messaged me in this study, she's in their HR department. She said, like, 6 months ago, if you'd walked in the door and said, because of our social media program, that the level of quality of employees that I'm attracting, time saving of hiring them is reduced, I would have laughed you out of the room. But, boom, a much improved workforce that loves their company and shares their message. So that's, and then yeah, well, Cisco is a company of 70,000 people, but this type of idea can be scaled to whatever business you're in. Like, just say the holodeck here. We should all be tagging and talking about what a great working space this is. Like, be their tribe. Be it 2 workers, 5 workers, 100 workers. The message should go out. Yeah. Give me some ideas of what you think about that. Did you go into dealerships when you did social and you had to train them to get that idea, to buy in from the ground level?
To buy in from the ground level, and it's can be extremely hard. Automotive is particularly difficult because we get a lot of old dogs in automotive. But when they see the results, and you just have to get a few to buy in, and then when they see, oh, this guy's sales are way better than mine right now, then you get the buy-in real fast. So sometimes it starts with 1 or 2, and to see the results that way, and then over time you can get the buy-in from there. In my experience.
Same thing. But that's, if you can't get your friends, your family, and then your employees to buy in on your social media presence, then you're screwed at it.
Yeah.
Those are the people who love you anyway and know you anyway. They want to sing your praises.
So guilt them. That's what we're saying.
In the tools, the one tool, so I did research on tools, and one platform that I like as well, this is a little bit called Gaggle. And what this is you can sign up all of your employees, or whatever group that you want, friends or whatever, on their production or their shares or their comments or what they actually post on your site. There's even like a leaderboard, so you can monetize it. You can give them prizes at the end of the month. Which employee engaged the best in your social media presence, or you could, it's a competitive thing. Hey, and obviously we're talking about tools here. In this department, it's rather than a tool, it's more of an idea. Everybody all the time, but we're a family, and we have to talk about our business, and this is how people hear our message. Next, content curation. Anybody know the difference between curation and creation? Yeah. Give me an example. Give me that.
Well, one thing, creation. information, sometimes it's color, right? We generated a wig, for instance. It became very large, very fast. And we needed to color as fast as we created, right, to make sure the relevant content stayed the relevant content.
Really look for it. In this case, we're more talking.
Are in charge of the archive.
Where you're trying to kind of pick out the most relevant pieces for a particular show. That's what we're doing for social media. What's relevant to your audience, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah.
I said there's another artificial something. You have to establish the data seed. Which letters of authenticity and validation. Creation is content. It's really a point of view. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's perfect. Can I quote you? $100. What it is in the curation department is different things that happen. You become influencers or organizations or publications that you feel resonate to you, that you think would be quality information to resonate to your audience. What that does is not only gives you, back there, Mr. What's your name? Mr. Levins. You instantly, in your industry, you get the street cred because, number one, you are quoting for articles in your industry that
So legitimate
are
sources.
legit. On top of that, whereas we showed the Pharrell reference, they will see in their networks that we are using their content. Because of that, are distributed amongst their networks as well. So it's this exponential, blow up of your name through all these different networks.
That's kind of SEO, an SEO tactic.
Kind of. Yeah, it's the same idea of kind of getting your name out. Except it's just saying.
Tag words or anything like that per se. It's more of being exposed as networks.
Oh, yeah.
So Rachel just recently took over a local business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a local, if you're familiar with Glover Nursery, plant nursery. So I started doing their social media, and I actually have some examples from them a little later.
Mm-hmm.
A little later on.
But I mean, for that account, I'll talk about my accounts too. But for that account, not only as far as the creation part, you'll do this awesome plant came with this employee's fantastic or whatever, but also for the curation part, you talk about, there's plenty of resources out there in that vein and people are interested in as far as times of year, types of fertilizers you can use, all sorts of, what type of, that there's plenty of references out there that you can give your clients. For example, with me, one of my largest clients is a fitness, they distribute fitness equipment in Houston, Texas. And in addition to showing their company culture, as far as the curation side, we also show, so they sell to gym operators like Anytime Fitness or 24-hour Fitness or stuff like that. But their clients want to know, membership retention, everything. And actually, one of the best posts in the fitness industry that I did is spacing between treadmills. When you're on the treadmill, what's the buffer zone from the person next to you saying?
just slightly too close. Just a silly question like that.
What is the distance?
Exactly. And just stuff like that blows up that particular thing. So as far as tools go with that, my fave right now is Buffer. And why is that? Buffer will allow you to schedule tools, schedule posts, look at your posting history, and automatically decide when the best time of day is to make your post go out. The second thing that is totally awesome from a content curation standpoint is you can subscribe to different blog posts. So like for me, for my personal business, I will subscribe to like Social Media Examiner, Today, SEO, and SEM blogs, and then it will populate suggestions of content that I can put out.
Just like share
I just
and
said-
time it.
And then also, I want that to go out to my Twitter audience over here because there's different audiences. I want this one to go to my LinkedIn audience and this one to go to my Facebook audience. And this one I want to go to my personal Facebook audience, and this one I want to go to my business Facebook. And that's what this app does. And it's fantastic. And there's tons out there. There's Post Planner, Hootsuite. So I'm going to force Linda into giving me. You have multiple social media networks, and you use Hootsuite. So I use Hootsuite as well.
When you post, doesn't it now say at the bottom posted by Hootsuite? It does, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does Buffer they both say that.
yeah, they have to advertise it out. So Buffer has everything that we're as far as the tools I'm talking about. They all have for free trials. I can, if I want more than that, then I upgrade my level. But I actually found a way around that. For my client, and then have a specific Buffer account created for them to have a bunch of free accounts.
I just paid the $10 a month.
If you like it all in one spot, the $10 a month might be worth it. Yeah. There's also Spread Social. If you guys are familiar with that one, that's the feeds and you can subscribe to things. Spread Social has a really good analytics site. It's a lot of reports that are really useful.
And Post Planner. So there's a lot of them. Then I see everybody taking a bunch of notes, but if you give us your contact information, we'll give you the slide deck, and then again, we're only touching on a couple of our favorites, but we've also been working on our top 25 tools across all these different topics. So we'll send you out to. Buffer's cool, Hootsuite's cool, Post Planner, there's a lot. Basically what this is giving you content. It's giving you analytics that you can look at when your posts are the most effective. More so, it's saving you time. And you can push out the information in places. Okay, so now the big one. Visual. So social media is visual, with the growth of purely only visual networks such as Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, and Pinterest. Is a must to the visual department. There are tools for that too. So basically, talking about with visual, is in your network that long to capture somebody's attention. First image they see when you're scrolling down. That's what they look. So did anybody see a racialized video promoting this lunch?
Yeah.
All right.
We got one. Well, now it'll be all of you.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about this slide.
Yeah.
So visual media presence, more cowbell.
My social media has a need.
Yes, that's right. My social media has a fever, and the only prescription for it is more cowbell.
Hey, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Walking.
That's pretty good.
All right.
All right.
Let's see if we have sound.
Oh, great. Still showing me.
Yeah, this again, just shot with my phone in a suction cup mount in my car,
Yeah.
and we did it in 30 minutes.
Well, that was mostly because really, the actual video itself took 10 minutes.
So Rachel, it's been a while. How you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
I've been. So, do you know what I was thinking? It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done a presentation together.
Yes, Jack, we need to fix that.
What are you doing on Thursday? Thursday, what is that? Thursday, May 19th?
Thursday, May 19th. Well, Jack is going to be the holiday.
Holodeck.
Yeah,
Me too.
Oh, boy, you know.
What about you, Oscar?
Those higher.
So on May 19th, let's talk about social media tools and tactics. I'm going to help people out.
Okay, let's help the people out.
Because you know what? I'm a people person. I'm a people pleaser. And I think I'm an overall helper. What about you?
Me too, Jeff. We're just a bunch of helpers over here.
That's right. So anyway, Thursday, May 19th, high noon, holodeck in downtown Salt Lake City. Be there.
I really want to go now.
Is okay. So video is huge right now. So why the idea behind that is why did we with us sing? Because if you're going to scroll, if I only have this much time to capture your attention, we're going to be doing this thing, and we're going to be talking. And we're kind of cool people. But if you scroll by, there's two people, and they're singing Blink-182.
So you suggest we should all slap statement on us?
Yeah, you know, that's an excellent question, but I think, for sure, humor is a big deal.
And it was Jeff and I kind of have this goofball thing that we work with sometimes we're doing these things. It's really cheesy, really goofball, but it does it's it's no brand of sorts, I guess, so we kind of have fun with it. But humor, absolutely, that's kind of our brand of humor. Video. Yeah.
So anyway, but what I'm getting at as far as building the content, I mean, this phone suction cup to my car Blink-182 coming through her phone through my stereo system in my car. So the Bluetooth and just recording that. And that was it. That was it. It was like I showed it at 1 o'clock by 2:30. We just did it. It was up. And it's effective. So, but what I was getting at is when you're putting your content out there, no matter what, again, you won't have much to somebody's attention. So, that was what I did. Obviously, the work was interesting.
You got one person's actually stats and actually.
All right, moving on. Okay, so again, with the humor part, so it's capturing attention. That's what we're going to. They did a fantastic job of humanizing and making fun of exactly what they do. So they came up with a hashtag called Tweet from the State, which is brilliant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. So we're all coops and giggles until someone lets out. Which is dark. And of course, that awkward moment when you use the work bathroom and see see. We love buttons, of course.
Which will catch your attention and also appropriate for the brand.
And when you go down to Walmart's aisle, that's on the Charmin brand because they made you laugh in their social. So then the next thing I'm just showing you is my favorite visual app as far as static visuals is Canva. The graphics that I created. This one was during the outdoor retailer show just that happened at Pierpont Place where I incorporated with another picture I did of the Pierpont Place building. So this one is free to use.
If you use some of their graphics, it'll cost like $1 per graphic. But it's really awesome. Jeff introduced me to it, and I actually started using it, and you can make beautiful graphics. Anybody can do it. It's super easy.
And the thing is, you can also start with say graphic for Instagram posts. And it automatically knows that's 800 pixels by 800 pixels. But cover picture, and it automatically knows that that is 801 pixels by 315 pixels. You don't have to think about that anymore. Automatically formats it. Another beauty of it, if you do purchase the upgrade, which I think is around $9 a month or something like that,
Yeah.
you can take one of your posts and it will reconfigure your posts for different platforms. So which consistency across all your platforms is paramount.
Yes.
So anyway, just a couple of graphics I can show you that I made on Canva. This was a promotion for the social media club, which I work with. My company that I do, this is their cover photo. I did a fitness elevator ad set for them in Houston, Texas. NABA, any of the ladies in here? It's a fantastic group, the National Association of Women Business Owners. They had a really cool social. I did that ad for them. And then another company that's just like kicking butt on their social right now is Market Source Real Estate here in town. Doing a fabulous job. No, I taught it. And then of course, I built, this one was 800 by 800, built for Instagram promotion. One's for Facebook and also Twitter as well. So anyway, easy to do. Easy to do. If you have time, I might run through a demo of that. But
Yeah.
so anyway, can I click over to?
You can click over. So I will try to make my question pretty quick here, but we kind of touched on some things. So you have the who. So what I'm talking about there is when getting your employees to calls and stuff. So you have like the who to get your social media really going. So the what is your content. And so the what should I do? You need to design. You don't need to pray about it. You don't need to worry about it. Content creation is really not that bad, not that hard to. The key is making visual content, which Jeff touched on. So using Canva. But it also includes video. Video is kind of my specialty. So visual content with relevant images gets 94% more than there's a word missing there, more engagement than content without relevant images. And then researchers found that color visuals increase a person's willingness to read a piece of content by 80%. So just visuals, just having something that's eye-catching, is where Canva comes in handy again. And then social video generates 1,200% more shares than images and text. So while images are extremely important, visual content, video is also extremely important because it's the most engaging content by far. Oh, guys, it's beautiful.
You were in a Simpsons movie.
Yeah, I was really in a Simpsons mood with my kids, guys. So talk about this a little bit. Curated content. In this case, we're talking about curated. You're really looking into legitimate sources, ones that have they're trustworthy. If you're not really looking into the sources, you might end up sharing something that's inappropriate, or like go look on that page and look at the ads on that page, or look at some of the other stuff, because sometimes they're like some stuff you don't want to share on your business page. Created content. We're just talking about creating these images, the video, genuine, original content. So curated. There's a few questions you need to ask yourself. One is it relevant? Relevant to your audience? Is it relevant at that point in time? Which is it timely? Timely content. Basically, if you're talking about the example that Jeff gave earlier, if you're talking about
If you're talking about Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction 8 years ago,
not a timely piece of content. It was big then, and you could probably do some fun things. But what's going on right now? What were some examples we had? Say Justin Bieber's new tattoo.
Where's junk from this?
Oh yeah. It's talking about photoshopping his junk. And then you had something about.
Janet Jackson's not lip syncing. So,
Oh, there you go.
how do you understand?
Yeah. So so basically, is it timely? Is it appropriate?
Which was the last example?
It's really just look at your demographic. I mean, if you have a business that's edgier and that you can do things that are a little edgier, then absolutely you need to do those things. But is your demographic, 30 to 50 something moms? Maybe think twice about what you're posting and what's going to be generally appropriate for that audience. Okay, so what we're going to do. So here's an example. So this is for something I did for Glover Nursery. I don't know if any of you saw this story. The lady who stole the tree out of a person's yard. They have their cam. I mean, we're going to show you this actual video because it's so ridiculous. And we have to make this a program here. Page of Glover Nursery. You can see. I mean, 10 people reached, 750 video views, and the KSL video. Let me just share it with KSL. And it's super fast, just this woman's security cam thing. And the poor lady says, if anybody knows her, please tell her to return my tree, no questions asked. Just walk her dog.
So I have a question. So can you start videos like that? Yeah. Why are they unique?
It did.
Okay.
Yeah, and exactly, and that's how I made it. Thank you for bringing that up. So there she goes, she just runs off the tree. Crazy, huh? Yeah, so, here, guys. So what we did, and you can see how I made it relevant and timely to the audience. Loading. 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 Anyway, so I don't know if you can see this. It goes, I hope this didn't happen to any of our customers. We're going to do landscaping stuff, and they do all kinds of really nice yards, and they're really into their plants. So, and then we did, you know, SLC News, KSL, and then hashtag no questions asked. Just as kind of a funny thing. It's like, I just want my tree. I'm not gonna charge you or anything. I was reconnecting.
You can go one step further and turn it into a prove that their trees or shrubs got stolen. Will give you 50%.
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally do that. I could think. And in some cases, they do turn stuff into promotional things. A lot of wow factor, a lot of interaction on social media pages, which means when they do those promotional posts, it's just getting that much more engagement.
Plus, KSL
Yes.
found that Glover Nursery shared that. So
It's saying. I don't know if I want to refresh.
One of my clients was at dentist's office, and last Halloween, they all dressed up, all the girls in the office dressed up as animals. The dentist dressed up as a hunter, and they had them hold trophy things up with their heads through it. And they posted it before we had a chance to look at it.
Oh, wow.
It was completely inappropriate.
Oh, no.
And it was right at the same time when there was that whole big
The
furor
lion,
about
the
this
Cecil
dead
lion.
shooting the lion.
Oh my gosh, pay attention
And
to the
they
news,
just
guys.
posted that before, and I caught it within about an hour. I'm like,
Oh,
no.
no, take it down, guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've had a few of those moments where I'm like, that is completely inappropriate. You have to do damage control. So just trying to stay engaged and involved and looking at your
Daily.
yeah, looking at
All
it
the time.
daily because stuff like that can happen and it can sit there for a while and you think it's dangerous. So trying to connect, edit offline, sync when you reconnect. Oh, thanks, guys. Sorry, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna try to. I don't know if it's a good phone call. Yeah, there's a ghost in here. Huh? Okay, sorry, bear with me for a second. Technical difficulties, but we want to field some questions.
yeah, sure.
So, any questions that I think we've talked about so far? I'm going to see if I can reconnect with your presentation.
Have you set some guidelines for employees of what is okay to post and what isn't?
You kind of build it over time, is what has been my experience. So you might have some basic ones off the top that you know for sure about this brand. We can't post these things. Like one of my clients is an organization that represents optometrists, and we can't post anything that references ophthalmologists because
They're not technically.
they're not ophthalmologists, and they actually lobbying wise fight against each other a lot because the ophthalmologists don't want the optometrists to be able to do certain things in their practices. So you can't reference them in some of those more generic posts. You always want it to be an optometric source.
And then also the tools like that Gaggle app told you about, that also has a feature that plays posts to the app, and then the admin, your social media manager, approves if it goes out.
Okay. This back up, and then. I got it back up on my computer. Oh, it's the yeah, it quit. Oh no, okay. It switched networks on this one. Okay. So I have to quit this again. Okay, it should be working fairly. Yay! Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. So, yeah, and then over time, somebody will make a mistake. That's kind of, a lot of times, you just don't know sometimes how appropriate it's going to be or not, and then somebody's going to make the mistake of never do this again. And so, but that's why staying on top of it and looking at it deeply is so important, because sometimes something like for Glover Nursery, something from a page they specifically asked me to share something from, and that post had actually, Conservation Garden had tagged Glover Nursery in it. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a good one. They've already tagged us. Let's keep going on this. The plant that they had mentioned in it it's really hard to get. So they were concerned that, okay, now we're gonna have people requesting this plant. Things like that, sometimes you're just gonna hit those things. So we went ahead and took it down. Because it was one that like, oh, what if we get a ton of people asking this plant, we're not gonna be able to get it for them. They just didn't want to have a false advertising per se. So things like that can happen. So anyway, so created content. This is your original stuff. And we have the 3 questions for that as well. Is it relevant? Is it visually pleasing? I brought up that stat earlier that with things that have really good engaging colors and visuals in them, people are 80% more likely to read the content associated with it. Is it branded? So when you're creating the content, when you're curating, it's from somebody else and you should give that person credit. When it's your own content that you have your name on it. One thing I was telling Jeff earlier is that there are funny commercials out there, radio or TV commercials, and if by the end of that commercial you're like laughing, but you have no idea what brand it is, what product it is, that's a failed advertisement. It failed in its job completely. So branding, they need to know who it's from. So another example that I have of that, so this is a video I did for Glover Nursery. It's a quick 15-second thing so I could upload it to Instagram too, the short videos, although they're supposed to be changing that right now. It's about that thing we were talking about earlier, transparency. Kind of getting to know
A beautiful day in Glover Nursery. This is my fifth year at Glover, and it's considered myself one of the luckiest girls in the world to work somewhere else.
So the video, the graphics, the quality of the video, not necessarily the best in the world. I shot it with my little DSLR camera here that I can shoot some video on, but that's okay. We're talking about quick content, real content. You get a sense of who they are. It's not a commercial, but it is still branded. We throw that logo up there, we throw something in. It gave you a sense of that company. Don't you want to work for a company where the employees they consider themselves happy and lucky and excited to do a question?
I think one of the things about connectivity is authenticity, and that's authentic.
Exactly, totally authentic. This girl is the sweetest thing ever. She has a really sweet story and does some other videos about her. And she's obviously probably one of the most authentic people you could meet. She works for, and everybody you talk to there loves it. And so it was just a great opportunity to use that. And Jeff mentioned earlier that your company is your family. And talking about getting employees involved, you can do that through video as well and have them, they are your brand. And so they talk about Glover is family owned and operated. The staff are treated like family. And they're using that every bit of the branding, and they're using it in the social as well. There you go. So video tools, I just picked a few really fast and dirty tools here that you can use. So on the higher end, this is more pricey. We're talking about Adobe Suite stuff. You got Adobe Premiere Pro. If you're a video person and you're already comfortable with that, this is the one that I use. That's really good, and the capabilities are a lot larger. If you are not so comfortable with video and you want something that anybody can use, iMovie on Apple products. If you have an iPad, MacBook, or any of the Apple products, you can use iMovie. Super easy to use, really awesome, and it's like $5, I think, is the app. Windows Movie Maker usually comes standard on most Windows machines that have come out in the last few years. So if you're not sure, if you have a Windows machine, if you have it, just go searching for it. We did search Jeff's and he didn't have it. So some of them don't. So I'm not sure exactly which machines, but I think you can still download it for free. If not, for cheap as well. And that's really easy to use as well. So those are 3 programs. They're great programs to use depending on what level you're looking for.
Is there any open source products that are totally free?
Totally free? Oh yeah, there's all kinds of ones out there.
I mean, I know that your tools there are, a little more expensive.
Well, what the top one was, iMovie's $5, totally worth it.
Okay.
Completely worth it. Upload directly to YouTube. movie once you've created the video. So you don't have to, like with Adobe Premiere Pro, I have more ability with what I can do and flexibility, but you do have to know more about editing video, and then I have to upload it, and then I have to do a few more steps in it. With iMovie, the program is made for anybody to use, and that's the one I absolutely recommend if you have Apple products. If you don't, Windows Movie Maker is similar type stuff. So, and that one's I'm pretty sure is free still. So there's that. So I guess we're to demo time if we have time. If not, okay, yeah, we kind of ran a little long.
Basically, again, this is an open discussion. We've given you a few tools that we like. Is anybody willing to give up? Anybody have a favorite tool that they use that we don't know? Yes.
So I have a Samsung phone, and they have a pretty good video editor on there. You have to go into like the actual Samsung store, but they have their own video editor, which a lot of people didn't know. I mean, I didn't even know beforehand. I almost switched to an iPhone because of that's exactly.
No, yeah, I use a Samsung phone as well, and there are tons of tools there, and I've actually seen a video editor. You can do all on your phone. That's a great idea.
That one's really nice phone. Like, quickly make some edits on, like, upload it to.
And what is that called again?
It's just Samsung store
And actually download it.
It's free to download.
Are you able to do like fade ins and fade outs, quick transitions?
Yeah, and you can like
That's all you really need.
delete stuff out.
You can do cutting and everything.
Yeah, music.
That's really it.
Audio over it.
And then obviously it's really easy to upload to channels from your phone. So that's exactly all you need, you guys. I look for the basic transitions, the fade in, fade out, being able to cut it slightly, move it around. So look at that. You can definitely do it on your iPhone, obviously. There's iProducts are a little more handy for that, but Samsung and Android devices can do it as well. So
You can make a movie on your iPhone and edit it.
yeah.
They did one in Sundance.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Exactly. So you just have to have enough space on it, which I don't right now. That's all you gotta do it on my computer. So, but you can absolutely do it from your phone. So, what other tools are we talking about? Or they have a question about you.
I don't know if you talk about Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Don't like it?
Instagram makes things difficult sometimes from a marketer's perspective in that trying to schedule this week, for example, you can't schedule a video. You have to schedule an image and then later upload the video when it sends you a notification like Instagram. If you have a Hootsuite app on your phone and it'll send you a notification, you have to get with this, yeah. Where then the second step, the third step,
Instagram account, you have to make sure you're logged into that account because otherwise it's just something for one person,
yes,
somebody else.
because you can't have multiple accounts on your phone. So Instagram really is only mobile based, and they don't make it friendly to marketers who have multiple channels, unfortunately. So I think it's stupid, but you need to be on a channel, so you just have to deal with it.
Yeah, it also depends on.
Yeah,
Like
that's
for
true.
me, one of my biggest client bases right now is in the furniture and design industry. Visually oriented. And I get some of my best engagement. And there is a brand new app that I just started messing with. It actually just this week called Later Glam. Just schedule posts.
No, when I looked into Later Grim at one point, it was only from Windows products.
Oh, I haven't used this.
Yeah, so I think there was one point where it was only, you couldn't do it through Apple, I think. So I don't know if it's useful for that anymore.
And then in the latest announcement from Instagram is they're going to change the switch accounts.
Yes, see, I didn't even hear that one. I know one thing I heard about Instagram is that they're going to let you do longer videos. As of now, I mean, last time I tested it, it was still 15 seconds, but.
Well, I can now switch accounts in Instagram. I can be logged into both. I go into Instagram and then you go down to the bottom
Maybe
and you can switch to the other one, but you have to go into Instagram and do that first and then go back into Hootsuite.
That's good. Maybe I need to update my, like, where should I do that? Is it, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, helps a lot if you have multiple
I'm
accounts.
hearing a lot about Pinterest, and I'm not seeing business benefit. I do see okay, my clients are women who need braces, facial stuff done, and so women are on Pinterest all the time. I've met a lot with Pinterest. Like,
my experience with Pinterest is, number one, you're going for a female audience. Utah has the highest number of Pinterest users in the country. It's just, it's about being out there. I mean, kids with straight teeth, or a board of kids with braces on, or you could also have actually a board of things that have nothing to do with braces. Stuff like that. Draw something to your site just for fun. And then, oh yeah, by the way, we plant the seed. Oh yeah, we handle.
I know the photographers that use it. So they can have that voice that work. Yeah, and the visuals they need original. And one thing you can do, if it's not so much of a visual thing, you can just maybe create your own pictures, or you buy them, whatever. You can make sure you put your logo at the bottom corner, just so that branding's there. So it's really good resource for branding. And then put your page URL in the description or something like that too.
And then in the B2B part of what we're talking about, like for my clients that are in the furniture and design industry, manufacturers definitely use Pinterest a lot, because then a lot of the buyers for boutiques or stores are human. To see what type of products.
I said we're looking at furniture. If your customer is a woman who has the child that needs braces or has braces, it is braces appropriate.
There you go.
So whole board on how to cover your
That's
awesome.
great. Yeah.
anything that whatever problems are in the notes.
Yeah, that's great.
Attack the pain points through the
Yeah.
visuals.
Keep in context with well regarding social media. Go organically and be patient. Find likes and followers. Because we think, oh, well, the social proof is there. We've got 20,000 likes on our Facebook page, but you're getting zero engagement on your feed.
Absolutely.
Then you lost all credibility.
Yeah, engagement is really key, especially when it comes to Facebook. Basically, the more engagement you have, the more of those people that have liked people see your posts. So, like for example, Lover only markets towards people within maybe a 50-mile radius of the nursery, maybe Facebook ads or posts and stuff. They're trying to keep it local. That's who the customers are going to come in. That's really important to get a locational barrier there on who their likes are coming from. Now, if you get all those likes and your engagement's on there, nobody's going to see your posts because there's a ranking that Facebook does. That's huge. Less they show your stuff.
But also, organic is not tricky.
Yeah.
So Facebook is a pay-to-play.
We've seen posts that and stuff and talking about going 20,000 likes.
That's much crap.
Yeah.
So if I was to take on your business and grow your social media presence, I would include right out of the gate a budget from to that language. Get people that are interested in your product, that there's X amount of your front door, and have the demographics that we're interested in. If you need somebody who actually lives here, who has an education level of X, or has an age of X, or an income level of X, and similar interests, I mean, right now we could do on Facebook, we could put out an ad, a radius of holiday right here. 35 to 60-year-old fly fishermen that can fly fishing within the zone. Got a little fly fishing seminar. Real men, man.
But if you have any more questions or comments afterwards, we're going to definitely stay here.
And then write down your information on the card and get the slide deck. And also, you get a lot more tools list and a social media checklist and all sorts of fun stuff.
Just in case
if you're smart about it, and I'll put it this way. So the company that I just used, I showed you the graphic. I just put up market source real estate. Fantastic things that have zero to do with the real estate industry. A $50 gift certificate to Got Beauty. And that has, and the thing is with that is nobody really cares. Maybe they don't even get to sell their house right now or anything like that, but the exposure for something that has related to your business. And you know, I mean, when you're selling a house, I mean, maybe I would say a big decision maker might be a big decision maker. And if you're getting a $50 gift certificate for Got Beauty down the road, out here after we leave, she's like, you know what? I need to sell my house. And you'll think, what do you think? Because of the promotion you saw, these guys at Market Source Real Estate, because I got some nice beauty products. So I would say with contests, you just need to be, for example, if you do financial planning or tax services or something like that, I really don't want, send me the movies or something like that, and then I'll think about your tax services when that need arises. It's planting seeds.
So that's maybe copywriting today's the focus on nothing you do.
Well, I would say it's twofold. I would like you, and all of these, your Facebook pages or your social media presences in general, is make people your site so interesting that they just want to come because it's fun to go there, regardless of what you sell. In these digital cocktail parties or softball games or barbecues that we're trying to develop here, then they talk about your services because they want to go to your page anyways because you put up fun, goofy stuff. Convertible day with the dog and we'll see what you do. And that's fun.
great stuff.
Yeah.
So, did you want to?
Thank you very much. I'm a big hand for and next week's going to be very interesting. For those of you that have seen Jonathan House before, he is the guy that runs the Agile Summit every year. But how to plan your 50th birthday party 3 times a week, which is what he did, and how you use Agile in planning that. And, if I recall right, he had like 5 states involved in skydiving on each day. If you guys don't know John House, much like Mr. Evans here and also Rachel, formed very entertaining, but he is the preeminent expert when it comes to Agile software. And he jumps out of planes and he does squirrel suit, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. But the exercise next week is how to use Agile to plan your 50th birthday. So it's going to be fun.
Don't come in.
Coming up. All right, big hand for Jeff and for Rachel again.
And then big hand for the Salt Lake Circle involved in programming quality content like this every week. I mean, it's a bitch, and you're doing a great job.
I'm doing what I can. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us in the circle. Appreciate it. We'll keep, and please also, network.